Hello and welcome everyone from Europe Hotel School. In the world of luxury hospitality, we live and breathe the details. Every single one matters. But here's the big question, right? How do we get that same incredible 7-star touch into our digital communication? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today.
Look, our goal here is really straightforward. We want to arm you with the kind of practical, up-to-the-minute skills you're actually going to use out there in real hotel operations. And today, a huge part of that is getting a handle on the technology that shapes how a guest feels about their stay long before they even walk through the door.
All right, so let's jump right in. We're talking about taking our digital messages from just okay to that true 7-star level. And the whole journey really begins with this idea of the digital last percent. It's all about those tiny details, the ones that make all the difference. And frankly, it's where standard out-of-the-box AI really struggles.
Okay, just take a look at this. The difference is night and day, right? On the left, you've got your basic, factual, kind of cold AI response. Gets the job done, I guess, but then look at the right. Now that is luxury. It's warm, it's personal, it even anticipates the guest's needs. And that gap between the two, that's what we're here to figure out how to close. So, this idea, we call it the last 1%. It's that final, beautiful layer of polish. The thing that takes service from just being good to being absolutely legendary. And getting that right in our emails, our texts, our app messages, well, that's the whole game right there. It's the key to real excellence.
Okay, so the big question is, how do we actually get to that last percent? Well, the secret, and it's a really powerful one, is what we call the art of iteration. This is so important. It's not about just taking the first thing the AI spits out, no way. It's about a process of refining that first draft from a rough sketch into a true masterpiece. I love this quote because it's the perfect way to think about it. Your first attempt, your first prompt to the AI, that's just the basic sketch. It's the outline. It's the back and forth, the refinement, the feedback you provide. That's what adds the color, the depth, the detail. That's how you turn that simple sketch into a masterpiece that says everything about your hotel's standards.
Here's another way to look at it, and it's really helpful. Think of the AI as your new apprentice. It's super talented, incredibly fast, and can do amazing things. But it's still an apprentice. It doesn't have your years of experience, your gut feelings, your emotional intelligence. So your job is to guide it, to mentor it. You literally have to talk back to the AI, coach it, and lead it to that perfect result.
So you're probably wondering, how exactly do I guide this apprentice? Well, it turns out it's not that complicated. It really comes down to 3 incredibly simple but powerful levers that you can use to shape pretty much any text the AI creates.
And here they are. It's really that simple. Tone, length, and detail. If you focus your feedback on just these 3 areas, you can control the entire output. It's amazing.
All right, first up, tone. This is huge. You can literally tell the AI to become a character. So instead of just saying be professional, you can say, I need you to sound like a private butler, sophisticated but humble. Or if you're dealing with a service issue, you might say, rewrite this to be more empathetic and way less corporate. You get to be the director of the emotional tone of every single message. Next up, length. This is all about context. You have total control here. Think about it. A guest who's running through an airport just needs a short, punchy text. But a guest who's planning their anniversary trip, they might love a more detailed, beautifully written paragraph. You can tell the AI to deliver the perfect length for the exact situation. And finally, this one is maybe the most important. Detail. This is where the magic happens. This is the gold. These are the little personal touches that make a guest feel like you truly see them. You're the one who provides that key piece of information, like the fact that you know their favorite tea, and the AI weaves it in, making the message completely personal and special. Okay, so we've got our 3 levers. Let's see how they work in the real world. One of the biggest secrets to crafting a luxury experience is all about the language you use. It's about shifting from talking about features, basically the stuff you have, to talking about benefits, what the guest actually gets to experience. This right here is the perfect example. Anyone can say, we have a spa. That's a feature. It's a fact. It's boring. But what if you said, we invite you to find sanctuary for your recovery? Now that's a benefit. You're not just selling a room with hot stones. You're selling peace, rejuvenation, and escape. You're turning a facility into an experience. And honestly, that shift, that is the absolute heart of luxury communication.
And when you do this, when you use this iterative process, what you're really doing is making sure your digital voice perfectly matches your in-person service. The goal is for every single email, every text, to carry the exact same feeling of warmth, care, and prestige that a guest feels when they walk into your lobby and are greeted with a smile. All right, let's talk about the real pressure cooker moments, service recovery. You know as well as I do that these are the moments that can make or break a guest's entire experience, their entire view of your hotel. So let's take a look at how this process of iteration helps you handle these tough situations with absolute grace. Think about it. When something goes wrong, our first instinct can be to get a little defensive, right? And the AI's first draft might come out sounding just like that. But this is where you step in. You don't send it, you iterate. Your first piece of feedback is simple. Rewrite this, but take full ownership. Then you iterate again. Okay, now let's add a gesture, offer a complimentary private dinner. And what you end up with, that final response, is sincere, generous, and has the power to turn a really bad moment into an unforgettable positive one. You know, when you really get the hang of this, something fundamental starts to shift. It's how you see technology. You stop being just a user of a tool. You become something much more powerful. You become a conductor.
Exactly. You're not just passively clicking buttons anymore. You are literally conducting a digital orchestra. Or think of it this way. You're the director and the AI is your star actor. And all that feedback, all that iteration we've been talking about, that's the script you're giving it to ensure a flawless 5-star performance that absolutely delights your guests.
If you remember one thing from today, let it be this. The AI is an incredibly fast writer. It's a machine, but you are the great editor. The technology brings the speed, for sure, but you bring the heart, you bring the soul. You're the one who makes sure every single word is perfect and truly reflects the excellence of your hotel. And really, this whole approach, this mix of practical skills, a professional mindset, and being ready for what's next, that's exactly what we're all about here at Europe Hotel School. We're so proud to be part of your journey as you develop into the next generation of incredible hospitality leaders.
So, as we wrap up, I want you to remember that this is so much more than just learning a new piece of software. It's about artistry, it's about excellence. So, I'll leave you with this question to carry with you as you build your amazing careers. How will you choose to conduct your digital orchestra to create those truly legendary guest experiences? Thank you so much for your time today.